Hey girls, it's time for another training. so, um, Many of you have just started, and this training I have been requested to do several times and have not gotten to it. So, I am going to jump in really quick and train you girls on how I set up my Facebook Live parties. Hey, Miss Madison. Just a quick training, show you how, because I'm set up. I've got, you girls know, this week has been pretty crazy. Hey, Miss Darlene. This week has been pretty crazy. We were challenged this week to do 7 days straight of live shows. And I accepted that challenge. Hey, Miss Kelly, I accepted that challenge. And I have done it so far. Tonight will be number 4. I have tonight's show all set up and ready to go. So I thought what I would do really quick, because I have some time. My show's not till 8:30. I got it set up early. So I thought what I would do is go ahead and show you girls my setup, let you know exactly how I set up my live Facebook parties. So, just a disclaimer though, this is not the only way to do it. Many different consultants do it many different ways. This is just my way. And let me tell you, I've been doing this for a little over 8 months now, and the way that I do it has changed several times because I keep finding new and different ways and researching and that sort of thing, and trying to figure out how can I do this easier, how can I do that easier. Hey, Miss Carrie. So this is how I do it now. This is how I do it now. It's much different than how I started, but I found that this way is working for me, so I'm going to kind of stick with this one for a while, I think. And I thought I would show you girls really quickly just how I have set up my Facebook Live parties. Okay, so first off, what you need to know is that when your jewelry comes in, you only have 3 days, girls. You have 3 days to inspect it, make sure that nothing is broken, you don't have missing pieces and that sort of thing. 3 days, that's all you got. So make sure when your jewelry first comes in that you go ahead and inspect it. And if anything is broken, there is a real simple way to return that. I'll do a training on that pretty soon. It's really easy. So I'll do that pretty soon to show y'all how to make sure that you get that stuff returned and or get credit for the pieces that come in broken, because unfortunately it happens. You know, it is what it is. These boxes travel a long ways, and sometimes this stuff comes in and it has an issue. So if you need to return it, if it's something that you cannot fix, you need to make sure that you go through it, get it all separated out, make sure that nothing is broken and everything that you ordered is in your box. That's first and foremost. So the way that I normally look at my lives is I take my newest inventory, whatever new boxes that I have on hand, and I get all of that out of the boxes, I get it inspected, and I lay it out. And then you girls know that I love to do sets. Girls, if you want to upsell, if you want to sell more than one piece of jewelry, do a set. Put your jewelry into sets so that when you show a piece, you know, you never know. Someone may not necessarily like that piece very much when they first see it, but whenever you match it with something else, it kind of clicks and they go, oh yeah, that's really cool together. I like that. And then, you know, you're selling 2 instead of 1. So I take it all out of the boxes, I get it inspected, I lay it out, and then I put it all into sets. Okay. And that's how, at that point is when I start to work in my old stock. Okay. So, because I don't always have full sets in every order. Some of my orders are very small. Some of them are very big, but they're not going to have complete sets in each box, or even if I'm opening a couple of boxes for that particular show. I don't always have complete sets in my new inventory. So at that point is when I go into my old inventory and I start pulling out pieces that can complete the sets that I've started within the new. And that way you're kind of mixing in the old with the new. So you're rotating your stock and you're making sure that all of your old inventory is not getting piled up and not getting shown. Hey, Miss Kendra. So that's how I work in my old stock. Okay. Hello, Michelle. So now you've got all of your brand new inventory laid out. You've put all your sets together, and that's when I start creating my board. Now, y'all are familiar, most of y'all are familiar with my board. Maybe not all of you have watched one of my lives, but my board goes from top to bottom, okay? I start with my necklaces. My necklaces are all across the top, and if you go straight down from that necklace, you're going to see that, like from this necklace here, go straight down. These two pieces are, this is my set, okay? So I have my necklace, then I have a bracelet, then I have a ring. I have a necklace, I have a bracelet, I have earrings, and another wrap and snap. All of that can go together, okay? So I have it all lined up. We have sets, and that's how I show all of my jewelry in sets, okay? So that is the bulk of the show. That's the bulk of how I lay it out so that I have all of the show ready to go. Okay. So that's how I set up my board. I'm going to take y'all off of my little tripod here real quick. Y'all are going to get a real nice look at my entire office today, which is not, that doesn't thrill me a whole lot because there's some clutter and mess in here, and that's, y'all saw my post today. I'm not a big clutter person, but you know what happens. Anyway, so let me show you first off what I'm looking at whenever I am live. So basically, well, let me flip my camera because it's going to be easier so I can see what I'm showing you. 1 second. Here we go. So I have my little laptop here. In the laptop, what I have done is I have set up a spreadsheet, okay? Now, you don't have to use a spreadsheet. In fact, before I started doing spreadsheets, I used a spiral notebook and I wrote down what pieces, like number 1 there, the mountain red necklace is number 1 on my board, and I have 3 of those, so I have 3 slots for my mountain red necklace. So if someone orders, I'm just going to type in there real quick. I'm going to type in their name in each slot as they order, okay? And then we just go all the way down. And if throughout the show, I just scroll down. Hey, Miss Karen. Hey, Miss Tammy. But I can scroll down through here, and as I'm going through the show, I can type in everybody's names here when they claim that piece, okay? So each one, say this one has 4. Got that little number 4 there. I've got 4 little slots right there. So when I know all of these slots are filled up, that item is sold out. It's an easy at a glance. I can tell exactly what I got, and I don't have to touch the jewelry. I used to have to touch every piece every time they ordered. I don't have to do that anymore. My spreadsheet is my lifesaver. It is my lifesaver as I go through the show. And then they can always, if someone asks me during the show, hey, did I get a number 3? I can scroll back up here. Oh yeah, you got number 3, or no, you didn't. So it gives me a real quick at a glance what I've sold. Okay, so I have my spreadsheet set up here, and I've got just a tall table. That's some of my inventory, by the way. A little tall table there. I'm gonna have to unplug my phone because I can't carry it around with it plugged in. So there's my laptop right here. That is my tripod. Now, let me walk around here. There's my little drink stand. I got a little pad, a notepad sitting there. If I need to take notes, if someone has asked me to look up something, I can make a quick note of that. Tripod stands right behind my little stand there. This is an old camera tripod that I use, that I actually, I had taken the cell phone attachment off of a smaller tripod that I bought, and I just attached it here. It just stretches so my cell phone fits right in there. So that is how that's what holds my phone as I'm going. Okay, so basically as I go through the show, I get all of my information typed into my spreadsheet. I don't have to touch my jewelry anymore during the show. I used to try to fill my orders as I went through the show, and it took up too much time, and it was just a little bit too, it was just too much for me. So at the end of the show, let me show you how I organize my orders, because now I'm only invoicing once a week. You girls know I have a show on Tuesday night, and then I have a show on Thursday night. Now this week is different. I got a show every day, so I'm going to show you kind of how I did some of that. But I don't invoice until Friday, so I've got to be able to take all of this jewelry off of this board and get new shows put up there. So let me show you how I organize my actual orders as I pull them off of the board. And I use my spreadsheet. Let me show you real quick. This is the door to my office, by the way. That's my door that comes into the office. And then I have a closet door over here. You see the little shoe organizers that I've hung up there? Those are just $5 shoe organizers that I purchased at Walmart. Super, super simple, cheap, and easy. And then I took some, y'all are going to see names, but I took some, these are just index cards that I cut in half, and I bought these little clips, and I have a little clip on every little pocket, and as I start to fill an order, I put their name up here. Now this is all week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That's 4 shows worth in here. Now Brittany ordered 3 pieces on Monday, and if you can tell, I've already started putting her stuff in her basket. And then she ordered another piece, 1 piece on Wednesday. So she has now 4 pieces in her basket. Okay? And then just the same with everybody else, all the way across. And this particular door, the door that comes into my office, this is all of my local girls. Okay? So these are all going to be my pickups. Everybody in this shoe organizer. These are all my local girls that are either going to pick up or I'm going to deliver. Okay? And then over here on these 2 doors, because I have more shipping than I do locals now, these are all of my shipping orders. So I can always look at my spreadsheet. I can, let me back up and show you. This is, because I've got it set, I've got different, see the dates at the bottom of my spreadsheet? I've got dates. These are all of my party dates when I've done it. So this, the 5th was, yeah, that was yesterday. Hello. So that was yesterday's party. So I just clicked on that, and I've got it up here. And what I did, if you look over here, here's the numbers, and here's who ordered them. And I can always sort this, okay? I can sort it by, if I want to group everybody together, I come over here, sort A to Z. Whoops, cancel that. I clicked the wrong one. Sort A to Z. It's going to say expand, so that's going to actually keep everything together. And click sort. Now when I look over here, all of, let's see, Miss Donna, she ordered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces there. And I can scroll all the way through this, and everybody is together. Okay? So that's how, it's super, super easy to fill my orders like that. Okay? So it's all there and ready to go. Or you can always fill it by, I'm going to resort this again. Fill it by the numbers. So I had some old numbers in there in that particular party, but then I started at 101 and just scrolled on down. But you can always go back and look and say, oh, look, 103 did not sell, 107 did not sell. So, because you've got people that are always going to come in, watch your replay, and it's real easy to go back and go, oh, yeah, that's still available. Or, nope, sorry, that one sold out. So that's how that is organized. Okay. Also, as I'm doing my show, right over here is my computer. And I have, like this is the Papa Stars page. Let me refresh this real fast. Typically what I will do is when I am live, and that's the live video that you guys are viewing right now, I can click on that and I can have that, I always turn it off. That looks funny, doesn't it? I can turn off the sound on that, but I can always watch over here and I can see how much of a delay I'm having between what I'm saying and when they're commenting and that sort of thing. So I can check on that. I also, right over here, have a little bitty, this is my script that y'all hear me talk about all the time. These are just my little bullet points of things that I want to remember to say while I'm live. So this is all up over here that I can look at and see while I'm doing my live show. Okay, let's see, Carrie, how far from the camera is your umbrella lighting? Well, this is where I'm standing. It's over in the corners of the room. Y'all see that? That actually says art. I don't know if y'all can... So many people have asked me, what's that R? Because I flipped the camera on accident a lot of time. It says art. I was I was a graphic artist prior to this, and art is my thing. So that's just up there. Anyway, but that's more pegboard that I put up when I was organizing some other stuff. I also have my t-shirt press. That's my t-shirt press. I do t-shirts from time to time. This right here, these are some little baskets that I got from the Dollar Tree. And if you look in here, each little basket holds a set. Okay? Each little basket corresponds with each set that I have over here. Like that first, or let's look at the second one because it's easier to see. You've got the pink, then the bracelet, the pink necklace, the pink bracelet. I've got some pink earrings right there, and there's a pink ring. So that's what that set is for tonight. If you come over here, that's what's in this little basket. I've got my necklace, there's the bracelet, there's the earrings, and there's the other ring right there. So I keep each set in the little basket. So it's a whole lot easier for me to keep track and fill those orders. I've got lots of lights going on in here, don't I? But that makes it really easy for me to be able to fill the orders because they're all together. Does that make sense? The lens that I use, yes, ma'am. While I'm doing my lives, what Tammy is asking me about, you always want your customers to see as much detail as possible in your jewelry. Let me put y'all back into the tripod there, because that is hard whenever it's wiggling around. I know it's hard to watch. You want your customers to be able to see as much detail as possible of your jewelry. And I use this little lens. That's what I put over my camera to show y'all the jewelry. Okay? But that's what it is. I got it from Amazon, and I have put a link or a screenshot to this particular lens on this page a couple of different times. If y'all need to see it again, I can do that again, or I'll put it after this, after I share this live, I'll put it in the comments of this live so that you can get the same one that I have. Now, keep in mind when this one, if you do decide to buy this particular lens, when it comes in, there is an extra lens on the front side of this when it comes in, and you'll have to screw that off of there because you're not going to get the detail. This one gives it more of a up close shot, but you'll take that first lens off of the front of this one and then just use it without it. Mine is vertical, Darlene. I can't show you that, can I? But yes, it is vertical, up and down. When you're doing your lives, you also want to make sure that you are in the top section. Your face and your jewelry will be shown in the top section of your phone. Make sure that you do that. If you're showing jewelry down here, they can't see that. They can't see that, okay, because there's comments over it. And then they have to swipe their comments out of the way. And then, you know, keep it up here. Keep it up here. That's just a little freebie set off of one of the other necklaces that I happen to have laying here. But anyway, make sure that all of your activity is going to be up here, because down here is where all of your comments are. And when you're looking at a bunch of comments, you can't see through those very well. I mean, you can see through them, but not good enough to show jewelry. Make sure you keep it at the top of your screen. Oh, Tammy. Yeah, watch the replay. It will be up on the Papa Stars page, so be sure to watch the replay. It would be a wider shot, Darlene. The problem is you have two different types of viewers. You've got viewers that are using an iPhone, and you've got viewers that are using Android, and they show up different. So it's better to be consistent with both. And the easiest way for your customers to be able to watch your video full screen is with your phone being vertical. And that's to accommodate the Android users. I am an Android. I do not use iPhone. I use Android. Kathy uses an iPhone. And we went back and forth trying to figure that out. And what we determined was that if you turn your phone horizontal, you cut your screen off. You cut the screen off like at the top. And then the bottom is all white for most viewers on an Android. And it's just, that's where the comments are. So you're shrunk down into this little bitty box at the top of the screen for the Android people. And it just doesn't work. Either that, or if they turn it sideways to get a better view, they've got this much area at the bottom of their screen for comments, and you can't really see them. It's just hard. So I suggest, now you can try it that way if that and see if that works for you. But honestly, because Kathy and I have tested this on several occasions, I do suggest keeping it vertical so that everyone's able to see the comments and see your jewelry. Again, make sure you're showing your jewelry at the top of your phone screen, okay? Because down there, right here, is where my comments stop. So it's about halfway up the screen is where the comments go to, okay? So if you're down here, you're getting covered up by your comments. Keep everything up here so that everyone can see that. Okay? And I was going to show you. Hang on one second, girls.
Love you. Love you.
Yeah,
Sorry, it's coming in real hard.
you're good. Have fun. Sorry, my daughter was leaving town. She wanted to say goodbye. Anyway, make sure that you're up there. What I was going to show you also, because this week is different, and I have done several shows. I showed you how I'm kind of, I'm going to pull y'all back out of the tripod again. I showed y'all how that, I'm keeping it organized in my little baskets. This is easy. But I have to keep the shows themselves put together in case someone watches a replay and orders something from yesterday's show or the day before. So I have two boards right here that if you go through here, you'll see I have all of the numbers still with the jewelry. Okay, so 132 was not claimed. It's still here. When I scroll back through here, though, like 133 has nothing behind it, so it was claimed. 134, nothing there, it was claimed. So this is one of my boards that and this I can carry around, I can move it. I actually had it sitting next to me while I was doing the show the other day. Also, impromptu, as I was doing my show yesterday, they wanted to keep going, and I had this board where I was just storing a lot of my earrings, and yesterday was my earring show. So I real quick, because they wanted to keep going, threw my numbers up here on this board, and we continued the show yesterday. Gotta love it when they're not ready to stop. they're wanting to buy. So you keep going, right? If they want to see it, you need to show it. So that's what I did. And I've got to keep my numbers handy on these in case someone watches the replay, and I can quickly grab that piece and put it in their basket so that it'll be ready to go when I'm ready to ship or deliver or put in the pickup box on Monday. Okay, so does that make sense? Does that help? If y'all have any questions, I'm going to put y'all back in the tripod. There we go. Do y'all have any more questions, or can you think of something that I didn't mention? Since this one was already set up, I thought, this is a perfect opportunity to show you girls exactly how my live shows work. So, any questions? Anything? If you girls watch the replay and you think of a question, or if you think of a question later and you want to come back and ask, be sure to do that. It really seems like a lot, Darlene, but honestly, once you get going, it's not as hard as you think. Once I get done with the show, I kind of stop for a minute and I kind of gather myself. I'm like, okay, now it's sold. Now what do I need to do? Okay, now I need to, start filling the orders. I don't fill the orders till the next morning. I've got my spreadsheet. I can go off of that. You see what I'm saying? One step at a time. One step at a time. And again, if you can't do a spreadsheet, that's fine. Just write it down in a spiral notebook. It works just as well. You can't sort it, obviously, but it works just as well to be able to fill those orders quickly and easily. And honestly, with shoe organizers that are $5 a piece, it's really cheap to organize that way. So, 8 months, Darlene. Honestly, I just started using the spreadsheet. Well, we're right at, 2 weeks? 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I started using the spreadsheet. So prior to that, I was doing the spiral notebook and just writing it down. Prior to that, I had all the jewelry on the board. And as they would order it, I would pull it off of the board and run it over and put it, I'd have to write their tag real fast. And I would put it on there and just throw their jewelry into their basket. Well, the problem with that is I had it all unpackaged. So it was all out of its packaging and all hanging up here just like this. So the next day I'd have to go through, untangle it all because it's all thrown in one little basket, get it all untangled, put it all in new bags, so that I didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep it all in its original packaging except for one piece of each. And that way it made it really easy for me to fill the orders. Because now all I have to do, if they message me and say, can I get my jewelry now? Like, absolutely. I can walk over to their basket, pull it out, put it in a bag, or a shipping envelope, and get it out of here. So it's super easy, super quick, no big deal at all to do it this way. Again, let me tell you, everybody does it different. If you find a different way, do it. If it works for you, do it. I'm not saying that this is the end all be all. This is just the way that I have, over the last 8 months, kind of evolved. This is my version. It has evolved from, chaos to it's getting more and more organized each time. So this is how I do my live videos. If you guys have a different way, go for it. If it's working for you, don't change it. I just wanted to, for some of the new girls who haven't done lives yet and needed some kind of direction, I just wanted to show y'all exactly how I do mine so that you could get an idea of how I do it. But again, take what you can use it. Whatever you don't want to use, throw it away. It's okay. It's okay. This is your business. All right, girls, I'm going to get off of here. I got to go have dinner so I can get that done before my live tonight. So Thank you, girls. Y'all are rocking it. I'm so proud of each and every one of y'all. And I will see you girls Sunday. For those of you who are coming to the meeting on Sunday, we'll see you then. I'm so excited for that. If you can't make it, be sure and catch the live feed. Love you, girls, and I will see y'all later. Bye.